Hi, Jillian. Welcome to Industry 4.0. So obviously technology keeps changing. How has technology has evolved throughout your career and impacted that?
Oh my gosh, great question. Hugely. So, from things like DVD technology to app technology, from traditional media to new media, I mean, it has been a complete 180. And it has greatly impacted my career. And I have had to evolve, pivot, transform, grow at an accelerated pace. And I would say, oh, I apologize. There goes the dog. We couldn't have gotten that lucky, could we, Melissa? I thought I was like, I've got him contained, and then he had to bark. And I would simply say that this is the world we live in. I remember hearing someone talk about the Industrial Revolution, but I think that took place over the course of like 50 to 100 years. Now it's happening in a matter of months. It's like this technology is in, oh, it's gone, it's dead. With that said, while you might build a business on one technology and then overnight it's gone, which is really challenging and frustrating, at the same time, if you can be flexible enough, you can use this technology to grow your business. And this is where something like app technology has allowed me to grow my business because it provides for customization, right? Where DVDs didn't. So I had a huge DVD business. I was so annoyed when that whole thing collapsed and I had to then shift everything over. But now that I have and I've done the work, it's paid off for me. So as I've said, it's been a huge transformation. The growing pains were hard, but you stick with it, you persevere, and when you do, it pays off.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's an amazing answer to that. So I am a founder and CEO of a company called Safety Biometrics. So we counsel and consult companies on risk mitigation for their employees through the use of biometrics. So obviously wearable technology has changed the entire forefront of the fitness industry. So how impact someone's success, whether they are more aware or if they can actually track, monitor, and know their dehydration, caloric intake, fatigue levels, etc. What does that do to someone's outcome of success?
Well, first of all, it provides a mindfulness. So it's like, hey, when's the last time you had a sip of water? Hey, I noticed you didn't sleep that great last night. Maybe shut the TV off tonight. Hey, haven't seen you for a workout in a while. Want to schedule something? It keeps you accountable. It keeps it top of mind. So there is an inherent benefit there. Now, as a trainer, and while I would hope other people would use this information accordingly, similarly, when I have the right information, I can implement the right course of action. So I can only use something very literal and obvious to make my point. People come to me all the time and they're like, I plateaued. I cannot lose weight and calorie counting doesn't work. Okay. Well, how much are you eating? Well, I'm eating healthy. I'm like, okay, how much are you eating? And it's like, they have no idea, right? No idea. Whereas if they're tracking it, I can show them the simple math, and I'm like, well, here's the problem. You're eating 1,800 calories a day, but you're burning 1,800 calories a day. So yeah, no, you're not losing weight. But if we increase that activity, and then they can see it, they're like, oh, I see. So quite literally, if I burn 2,200 calories a day, and I can see that on my device, right? And I'm tracking what I'm eating, and I'm eating 1,600 calories a day, I've just burned 600 calories a day. And over the course of, 6 goes into 3,500, 6 days, whatever, I've got a pound or so a week. It gives people the tools so they can take informed action that equal results. Without the tools, you're flying blind. We need information. Then you're on track or off track. So as a trainer in particular, the tools are invaluable.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. So I'm going to go a little bit personal. I have to say
Please.
thank you personally. I had my own fitness journey. I lost 235 pounds, mostly
What?
your DVDs. So that technology impacted me significantly. But what I want to transition, not only as
Wow.
but your drive for success, your energy, your refocusing allowed me to focus in and continue. It took 3.5 years. It wasn't overnight. That transformation took diligence.
I would imagine it's quite an accomplishment. I would hope that wasn't overnight. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, I mean, that's wow. What a badass you are. You really have taken that in. Yeah, like what a big deal that is.
Absolutely.
That's a huge accomplishment that unfortunately 97% of the people who try don't succeed. So bravo. I digress, but apologies. Please ask your question. I just had to really commend you.
So you segued to my question. So how does someone go from not only being good to great, but top in their industry, whether it's fitness, whether it's weight loss, whether it's being leaders in an industry? How do you tap through and break through and create that mindset?
You really do have to do the work. So what I mean by that is I've been doing this since I was 17 years old. I have evolved my positions, but only because I take the time to educate myself. So I'm lucky to have access to registered dietitians, biochemists, endocrinologists, physiatrists, neuroscientists that can teach me, right, the science of weight loss, the science of nutrition, the science of fitness, as much as we know till now, right? I can read different studies, and what I don't understand, I seek an expert to explain and decipher for me. But only, honestly, through not just the passion, because you've got to care, right? You've got to care about what you do. You got to love it, and that's the only way to actually do that really hard work. You have to constantly evolve and grow and educate yourself and inform and have the humility to go, am I wrong? Maybe I was wrong here. In my first set of books, you'll find recipes that include artificial sweeteners, diet foods, because I understood fitness and I understood like eat less, move more, but I didn't understand organics and endocrinology. I didn't understand any of it until I started having issues, right? And then I did a deep dive on it. And I had to go back and be like, oh God, all those recipes from books 1 and 2, you need to throw out. Oops. I mean, you got to have the humility to be able to say when you're wrong.
Right.
But if you want to be great, it really is the 10,000 hour rule and maybe then some. It really is. You've got to do the work and you've got to do specific work. You can't repeat the same mistakes. You've got to get feedback. So you can correct the mistakes and then reapproach again. Because if you practice the same mistakes over and over, you just ingrain them. So it's time, humility, coaching, feedback, support, all of those things. I mean, people have written books on good to great, so I'm just kind of touching upon a few points, but that's how I feel I have managed to rise to the level of success that I have over time.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. And girl, wow. I need to see that before and after, kid. I never would have guessed it.
Oh, it's insane. I will send it to Tracy to send to you. It's nuts.
I want to see it. I cannot wait.
Thank you so much. Tracy, thank you for all your hard work, and I appreciate everything you do as well.